All right, there's a short on the channel, but we had a really good comment. We did a video that this is my next job that's coming up. We need to get done so we can get it sold and get back out there. This is an '08 Compass. It's about a 12-ish hour, as far as book time goes, engine job. So we've got a used engine, and I'm going to walk over there in a second. But right here, you can see how dark that coolant is. We'll take the radiator cap off. Kind of see that growing in there. When I first picked up the vehicle, it had been sitting and it was really low on coolant. There was a little purplish color in there, but we didn't have near the oil in there. And so the comment brought up that potentially we needed to check the oil cooler, and a lot of engines do have oil coolers, and I was hoping this one potentially did have one, because that would be a lot cheaper and less labor intensive repair. But unfortunately, this does not have it, and I'll show you in a second. The other thing that potentially could do this, and I've seen this, is when your transmission cooler ruptures, it'll push transmission fluid into the coolant as well. A lot of Dodges, the AC condenser, which is your very front cooling pack, is what actually is your transmission cooler. And so this one does not have any kind of an oil cooler, unfortunately for me. So when we look, this is kind of the back side of the engine. The transmission would bolt up there. So we don't have any oil lines sticking off of it. This is actually a really clean engine. I bought this from a local salvage yard. But typically, and I think the later generation, the multi-air engines have oil coolers, but this one doesn't. And most of the time your oil cooler will be right in there just above the oil filter, and that's to control engine temperature, etc. And so if that ever ruptures, you'll get what I have right now, where we have a lot of oil being pushed into the engine coolant. And so I put this out in the earlier video that potentially I believe I have a bore actually cracked or fractured inside the engine. So we have hopefully a known good used engine. It's got a 90-day warranty on it. I paid just under $800 as this sits. So we're going to get it put in probably in the next week. Once I get it in, I've got the old one out. I'm going to put it on an engine stand. I'll video it and tear it down. I did not have a lot of information out there about this situation, so I want to find point of failure and share it. So hopefully maybe this helps somebody else out there, and God forbid you buy one that's mixing oil and coolant like we've got here. I did check all that. There just wasn't any signs of it. So I don't know if while it was sitting for a year or two, it cracked due to a freeze. You know, I really don't have any backstory on it. It was owned by a company, and so multiple people drove it, and I don't know how it was, you know, cracked or why they parked it and why it was sitting for the last few years. So excellent comment. I appreciate out there. Anything else, let me know. Definitely give me a like, give me a subscribe. I hope this helps somebody out there.